All right, Pyro fan members. We've got all this discussion going on about cutting fuse and what to use. You know, when I first started doing this, I used these diagonal cutters like that guy was asking about on the forum. And I think the risk of using these is ridiculously small. But I think what Wild Willie was trying to get me to understand was that black powder, fine powder, can get down in that joint. There's a little space there between the two parts of the mechanism, right in there, and down and along in there. And you know, he implicated that remote though it may be, that you could possibly pop that black powder with the friction of the metal on metal sliding. When the blades meet, they just touch. They don't shear back and forth. That's true. But I think he was implying that inside of that joint, you could possibly fire off some black powder. I cut a shitload of fuse with this and never had a problem. But he told me not to, so I quit doing it. Why did I quit doing it? Because it's easy, cheap, and simple to get a pair of anvil pruners down at Ace Hardware. Or far superior, in my opinion, these Craftsman edge cutters. This is actually a marked Ronin. I got these from Mr. Fire. But it's the same thing that you get at Sears. It's got this replaceable utility blade. That's just a regular old utility blade. They're easy to come by and cheap. And when you use this thing, man, it slices through fuse and quick match like butter. And if you think it's, you know, getting a little dull, you can just change that blade out in no time flat. This is great for cutting quick match. I mean, it's like nothing. And this is some old piece of shit anvil cutter that's been laying around the house forever. It's not quite as sharp as this edge cutter, but it cuts visco fuse easy peasy. I saw a little black powder fall out of there. Now this also has, come to think of it, when Wild Willie was talking to me, there's definitely space in there where metal slides on metal between the moving parts. The blade just bears on that brass block, so there's no sparking there. He didn't caution me about that. But honestly, I think any of these three things would work. The anvil cutters, they're cheap. This big thing that, who was it, Twitch or somebody? Not sure who it was on the forum, said, they're way too big. They're not too big. Believe me, they're not. And he could certainly use a pair of dikes. But I stick with these two. Primarily this one. Because it really, really works good.